Welcome in, Spreads and Subs Daily Gambling Show. Today is Wednesday, July 10th. We are here today with a full slate of WNBA and MLB bets to give you 10 in total. We'll cut it down to our 3 best bets at the end of the show. We also have some things to talk about for next week going forward, as well as how we did yesterday. But before we get into that, shout out to Bet Openly for the best odds in the game. Sign up with Bet Openly, deposit at least $50, and DM me on Twitter at JReedNBA. That's JREIDNBA on Twitter. And I'll be able to enter you into a giveaway for some cash. Shout out to Bet Openly for the best odds in the game. Also, shout out to the Hashmark Sports store. Hit the link in the description to go there and get you some merch. You guys always see me with the hat I Only Like Winners on here. That's the I Only Like Winners Club, which we represent. We also got some other stuff here I can show you guys. Got some hoodies as well as some shorts as well. So go and get you some of that. Hit the link in the description. And if you want a discount code, DM me on Twitter at JReedNBA, JREIDNBA on Twitter. And I'll be able to give you a discount code for the Hashmark Sports store. So if you're interested in that, let me know. All right, let's talk about, before we talk about how we did yesterday, let's talk about the schedule for next week. Next week is a very interesting week because, of course, the MLB All-Star break coincides with the WNBA going on their Olympic break. And we have a couple days next week where we don't have any MLB or WNBA. So on Monday, there will be no show. Tuesday, there will be a show. It'll be all WNBA as well as maybe some All-Star Game-related stuff. Wednesday, there will be a show. Same thing there. All NBA as well as maybe some All-Star Game-related stuff. Thursday, there will be no show. Friday, there will be a show that will be just all MLB bets as the WNBA will be on their month break then. And from Friday on for basically the rest of till mid-August, it will be all MLB picks on the show. So, talk about how we did yesterday. We did pretty bad overall yesterday, but we finished 1-1-1 on our best bets for our 3 best bets, putting us at 3-2-1 for the week. We are still positive. Today, we have our 10 total bets. 3 of them are WNBA. 7 of them are MLB, and I will cut it down to my favorite 3 at the end of the show. As always, if you have any questions about specific games or picks that you want to run by me, throw it in the comments, and I'm more than happy to answer any questions you'll have. So, let's get right into it. First one, Storm plus 4.5 against the Aces at minus 110. Both the Aces and the Storm are playing really good ball right now, although both of them are playing against not-so-good opponents, which is part of the reason, but they're still playing good ball. Aces recently dethroned the Liberty for first place in offensive rating in the league. They are 6th in D rating. They dropped, I think, as low as 8, maybe 8 or 9, but they are back up to 6 in defensive rating. Storm are up to 4 in offensive rating, which is a big improvement for them, and they remain in the top 3 in defensive rating, where they've been for a lot of the year now. Storm are now 9-2 at home this year, and I think it's smart to take them on the spread here. I think we see a very close game. I don't know who's going to win this game outright, but I think it's going to be close, and for that reason, I will rock with the home team and the underdog in the Storm plus 4.5. Next one here, we have the Mercury minus 7.5 at minus 110. The Mercury play the Wings for the 4th time tonight, and they just beat them by 8 in Dallas last week. They covered that spread for us. I think it was like 6.5 or something, and they covered that for us. Mercury are 7-4 at home. The Wings are 2-11 on the road this year, so we definitely favor the Mercury there. And both teams are better offensively, but Mercury is better in both categories, offensively and defensively, than the Wings, and we trust that they're going to be able to continue their dominant streak over the Wings this season. So give me the Mercury minus 7.5 there. And then my last WNBA bet, we have Wings Mercury over 172.5 at minus 110. Both teams, like I said, favor offensively. All 3 games between these teams have covered this. The Mercury score really well at home, and for every reason I said for the Mercury to cover their spread is the same reason why I feel like this over-under is going to cover. So give me the over at 172.5 in that game. So I'll say it one more time for anybody listening. that my 3 WNBA bets are Storm plus 4.5 at minus 110, Mercury minus 7.5 at minus 110, and Wings Mercury over 172.5 at minus 110. All right, moving to these 7 MLB picks now. It is hot as hell in this room. Maybe it's the light, but it is hot as hell in here. Okay, first one that has disappointed me because it was at like plus 120 something, or sorry, minus 120 something last night when I first picked it, and it was completely moved when I woke up. It kept moving when I was at the gym this morning, and it moved even more when I got back. It's Padres money line now at minus 142. I love this play. I'm not going to have it in my best bets because I'm not going to have a minus 140 pick in here, sadly, but I do feel great about this pick. King is on the mound for the Padres. He's been dominant, 2.53 ERA in his last 7 starts. Miller's on the mound for the Mariners. He's been good as well, 3.84 ERA, but he's been pretty inconsistent as a whole. I just trust the Padres bats more, and both teams are playing middle-of-the-road ball right now, so I don't think there's any trends in that sense. So give me the better pitcher and the better team hitting-wise in the Padres against the Mariners. Next one here we have another line that has moved so much on us. Was at minus 106 when I went to bed last night. It's now up to minus 121. Rays money line at home. The Yankees are in a deep slump right now. Stroman has been slumping too. He has a 5.93 ERA in his last 6 starts. He's been really bad. Eflin's on the mound for the Rays. He's been up and down. 4.19 ERA on the year, but he did face the Yankees earlier on in the year and went 6 scoreless against them. So he knows what he's doing against them, and I think I'm going to trust the Rays to beat the Yankees again and continue this slump. The Rays are also hitting the ball really well, which gives me even more confidence in them because they have about league average pitching. My only plus money pick, one of my 2 plus money picks, I believe, of the day. Dodgers money line plus 120. Stone is on the mound for the Dodgers. He's been dominant, 2.41 ERA in his last 11 starts. Sanchez is on the mound for Phillies. He's been great too, 2.96 ERA, but he did have 7 earned runs in his last start. The Dodgers are the 3rd best batting average team versus lefties in the entire MLB. Neither team is too hot or cold to find a trend in that sense. But I love the Dodgers with Stone on the mound here against the Phillies. I think they're going to smack Sanchez. So give me the Dodgers at plus 120. Moving on here, we have Guardians-Tigers under 7.5 at minus 105. Neither team hits the ball super well, although they randomly do at times for some reason. BB's on the mound for the Guardians. He's been good, 3.67 ERA. Olsen on the mound for the Tigers. He's had a great year. He's had a small rough patch, but has had a 1.50 ERA since that small rough patch and remains at 3.22 on the year. Neither of these teams have just been hitting it well, so I feel pretty confident to go on this under. I think it was at 8 before, now it's at 7.5, so it's not going to make my best bets, but I still like it at 7.5. It's all over unders from here on out, by the way. Next one here, Rockies-Reds under 9.5 at minus 110. Rockies over-unders continue to be high, and they are random if they hit or not. Freeland on the mound for the Rockies. He's had an overall bad year because of his first couple starts, but he's had just 3 earned runs in his last 9 2/3 innings of work, so he's been pretty good. The Reds do not hit lefties well, 20th in the league in batting average against lefties, 20th in the league in OPS against lefties. Montes is up and down as a whole, but just 3 earned runs in his last 17 innings pitched for the Reds, and he diced up the Rockies for 1 hit over 7 innings last month. So I feel pretty good that he's going to continue to dice up the Rockies, and I think Freeland's going to have a decent day on the mound for the Rockies as well. Give me the under 9.5. Next one here, Orioles overs. Where do they play today? Or it's the Cubs, right? Yeah, because I took their under yesterday and it didn't hit. Over 8.5. You like that, Roger? Cubs, Orioles. I'm seeing the best odds at over 8.5 at minus 115. Where was I? Yeah, Nats, Mets. Over 9.5 at plus 100. It's my second plus money pick of the day. This is 5-1-2 in the 8 games between these teams this year. Severino is on the mound for the Nats. He's had a good year, but a 6+ ERA over his last 4 starts. He's starting to fade a little bit. Corbin is on the mound for the Mets. He's been horrible, 5.49 ERA. The Mets are the 5th best team in batting average and the 4th best team in OPS against the lefties this year. Corbin is, of course, a lefty. This should cover the 9.5 fairly easily. Appreciate that follow, Roger. Yeah, you like that? Okay. You like the Orioles Cubs over 8.5? I actually like it too, just because I took the under 9 yesterday and even though it ended up being kind of close, off the rip, it looked fucking horrible. But last bet here of the day, we have Cardinals-Royals Game 2 of the doubleheader, under 8.5 at minus 102. Waka's been dominant for KC, 1.74 ERA in the past month. Grichefo was good in his one appearance of the year. He's starting for the Cardinals, 4.3 innings pitched, 1 earned run. Cardinals are going to be using their pen a lot, but that's good for them. 6th best bullpen ERA in the league, 3.40. KC hits the ball significantly worse on the road, and we usually see in the back end of these doubleheaders, the hitters are not tired as much. We see more pitchers duels. Give me the under 8.5 at minus 102 in Game 2 of this doubleheader. So you can see now all 10 of my bets for the day on the screen in the top right. I'm now going to cut it down to my favorite 3, which will be my best bets that we track in the bottom or the corner over here, whatever. Tough backwards angle here, but regardless, we're working to get back to 500. We've been a lot better the past few weeks. We had 2 really bad weeks earlier on in the year. We've been a lot better since. So we feel pretty good about getting back to 500, and it starts today. I picked these 3 bets live on the show. I do not plan these ahead of time like I planned my original 10. But as I'm talking about this, the ones I've felt the most, first of all, Rockies-Reds under 9.5 is the one I feel the best about, so give me that one. Like I said, with Montez already dicing up the Rockies earlier on in the year. Freeland actually has been surprisingly good, regardless of the fact that if you look at him from afar, he doesn't look like he's been that good. He had a couple bad starts to start the year. Since then, he's been great, and the Reds do not hit lefties well, so I love that there. So give me the under in that one. I also like the one I just said, Cardinals-Royals Game 2, under 8.5 at minus 102. It's going to be basically a bullpen day for the Cardinals with Grichefo, who was good in his one appearance. It's going to be a bullpen day for them. I don't think the Royals are going to be able to hit it well. Wait, is this game in Kansas City? Or no, it's in... Okay, no, it is in St. Louis. That's what I thought. For some reason, I wrote it flipped. It should be Royals-Cardinals Game 2, under 8.5. But regardless, I think the Cardinals' bullpen continues to be dominant. I think we see Waka continue his dominance, 1.74 ERA the past month. Like I said, he was insane in June, and he's continuing to be insane now. So give me the under in this game. And then now I'm between the Mercury spread and the Rays money line. But let's see. I'm taking a 110 and a 102. I might as well take a 121. Yeah, give me the Rays money line, minus 121. I don't love taking a minus 120, but regardless, I feel pretty confident about it. It was minus 106 last night. It moved so much overnight, so a lot of people are feeling the same way as me. Stroman's just been so bad. We already saw Eflin dice up the Yankees earlier on in the year. I think he does that again. Give me the Rays money line, minus 121. So my 3 best bets are Rays money line, minus 121. Rockies-Reds under 9.5 at minus 110, and Royals-Cardinals Game 2 under 8.5 at minus 102. So, before we end the show here, back to our quick shout-outs. First one to Bet Openly for the best odds in the game. Shout out to Bet Openly. Sign up with Bet Openly using the link in the description. Deposit at least $50 and DM me on Twitter at JReidNBA. That's JREIDNBA on Twitter, and I'll be able to enter you into a giveaway for some cash. Shout out to Bet Openly for the best odds in the game. Also, we have shout out to the Hashmark Sports Store. Best merch you can find in the game. We just dropped a ton of new stuff. Here's a picture of some of it. We got hoodies on here. We got shorts. We also have the hat that I always wear on here. I don't have it on me today, but the I Only Like Winners hat. You can join the I Only Like Winners Club. Get that now. So I will be back as always next week, tomorrow, same time, 1 Central, 2 Eastern. We will be having shows every weekday this week, so we will have a show tomorrow and Friday recapping how we did today, as well as giving picks for the upcoming day. Thank you, everybody, for listening and watching if you're out there, and I'll see everybody tomorrow.